Welcome in the next episode, OPOstories from the NBA. My today guest is Andrew Nicholson. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you.
And at the beginning, happy birthday, because a couple of days ago you've got birthday.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. December 8th. Yeah.
Okay. As usually at the beginning of each episode, I ask about the really beginnings and roots of story with the basketball. Who was your favorite player and the team? And was it Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors?
It's funny because when I grew up, I wasn't really into basketball as much. I played baseball a lot, but I was very familiar with the Raptors, obviously being from Toronto. I know Vince had a huge impact on me when I was in, like high school coming up. So I didn't per se have a favorite player growing up, which is, I know it's kind of weird because I did start playing basketball very late, but I was more so into baseball when I was a kid. I only transitioned into basketball when I went to high school.
So when you were a kid, how looks situation with the most popular national sports? For sure, hockey was at the top of the list.
Yeah,
Baseball probably
yeah.
as well. Where was basketball?
When I grew up, it was up and coming. I mean, it wasn't the top; it wasn't as big as it was now. It was definitely something where we saw that there was going to be a lot of potential for in the future for the country. I mean, as you can see, we have I think maybe over 20 players on NBA rosters this season. So it's very good to see that we're going in the right direction when it comes to basketball from when I was young to until now.
So when you compare the current situation with the basketball in Canada, especially after Toronto Raptors championship, so I think that it's totally different situation. That now is one of the most popular sports in Canada.
It's definitely up there for sure. I know hockey's still big up there, but basketball is definitely something that's noticed by the nation.
Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, as Orlando Magic fan, of course, I have to ask you about this time. And most of your NBA career was connected with Orlando Magic. And in
Yeah,
2012, you were selected by Orlando with 19 pick in the first
yeah,
round of the NBA draft.
yeah.
Uh, how looks your rookie season? And it was totally different situation in the Orlando Magic. So I was curious how it was to be a rookie in the rebuilding team.
I mean, it was great. I had an opportunity to play more. Had an opportunity to see the league from a different perspective. Like you said, we were rebuilding, so I know the first three seasons weren't as good as if they were. I know we definitely picked it up my fourth season, but being able to be a part of that rebuilding process after Dwight Howard left was very it's very good. I mean, it was interesting. It was interesting to see how the league worked and just being able to have an opportunity to play.
And what was the most difficult for you during this rookie season?
Just transitioning from in college you play like 30 games, in the NBA you're playing 82. So being able to take care of your body and know that you'll have a game every other day, sometimes back to back. Just being able to cope with that and just fight through the fatigue.
Mm-hmm. And do you have some special tasks at your duty list of the rookie list?
Yeah. I had to bring peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Just sometimes carry the suitcases to the bus. Just little things like that.
So usually rookie life.
Usually, yeah, pretty much typical rookie life.
Uh-huh. And it was also the first year for Jacques Vaughan as a head coach. He is from Greg Popovich school, so he got really good can teach from this coaching stuff from Pope. And how do you remember cooperation with Jack, and how does he handle with his tasks?
I mean, I was new to the league. I was relatively new to basketball at that time too. So I wouldn't be the one to can correctly evaluate him at that time. But I was just happy to have an opportunity to be on the team and be able to experience the NBA through the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm. And the best memories from this time spending at Florida?
Other than the weather and going to Disney World whenever I wanted to, just being able to, just embrace the lifestyle. The Florida lifestyle is great. Somewhere I definitely want to live down the line. Can't complain with the weather. It's an amazing place. Great place to raise a family. So at some point I will be um, going down in that direction.
Mm-hmm. And in July 2016, you signed multiple-year contract with Washington Wizards, but wasn't in Wizards roster for a long time because you were traded to Brooklyn Nets. Were you surprised with this move?
Honestly, not really. I know basketball is a business, and business decisions have to be made. So, I mean, at some point, you can't really get too attached to a team because at any given time they can ship you off. So I was prepared for that, and I understood that. I had no hard feelings towards anybody. I just know it's a business. I got what I needed out of that business, and then I'm thriving now.
Anthony Bennett was just before you in Brooklyn
Yeah.
Nets, and he's also from Canada. So I'm really curious from your perspective, how it looks his situation, because it's easy to, when you are as a fan, to say that he was a bust. But as I remember, he was predicted to be in the top 10 or top 15 in the NBA draft. Suddenly you are top 1, you are at the top. So there are a lot of expectations and all the pressure is on you. So just many times I'm curious what will happen if he will be selected with the top 10 or top 15, and probably he will be still in the league. But maybe you, as Canadian player, and maybe also got the time to contact with him, was the pressure the main issue that somehow destroyed his career?
Honestly, I can't accurately answer that because I mean that's his career. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It is unfortunate how fans do call him a bust. I do know him, personally. He's a really good guy. But when fans out there calling them busts, these are fans who don't know how to play basketball. These are fans who don't even know basketball. So I know from at least from my perspective, if anybody were to call me any of that, I wouldn't even take it seriously because they don't know what they're talking about. But the situation for him, I like I said, I can't accurately answer that because I don't really know what was going on at that point.
Mm-hmm. And also, as a part, when you were playing in the Washington Wizards, your teammate was also Marcin Gortat, Polish hammer. How do you remember cooperation with him?
He's a good dude. He's a great guy, great veteran. Always seen him work hard. He's one of the hardest workers actually on the team, in the weight room and on the court. Had a lot of respect for him, and I sincerely hope he's doing well now. He's a great guy. One of my favorite teammates I had on that team.
Mm-hmm. And when we look at the basketball reference, it looks like your salary is still in the league, to now in the Portland Trail Blazers. And 2016-17 season was your last in the NBA. And for many years, you played in Asia, currently in Philippines. And I'm just curious, have you tried to come back to the NBA?
Nope. I haven't tried. Like I said, I got what I needed from them. It was a great 5 years. A lot of experience, a lot of memories. I worked hard and earned what I got, and now I'm able to comfortably transition up to Asia and experience the world from a different lens. In basketball. Basketball in the NBA and basketball around the world are, this it's very different. How the lifestyles are, and I'm very privileged and blessed to say that I was able to experience both of those. Mm-hmm. So it was a very humbling experience. I love being out here. A lot of love, a lot of fans. Great appreciation, great salary, great teammates, great everything. I'm just happy to continue to be playing.
Mm-hmm. And your story with the Asian basketball started in China. You play in Lions, and I'm just curious how different is playing basketball in for example in the Chinese league than in the NBA.
In the Chinese league, obviously, the imports, the responsibility of the team is put towards them. So we have a lot of onus to make the team do well. like I say, the biggest opponent over here is yourself. Being consistent, being able to continue to be a better player and person off the court when you're, thousands and thousands of miles away from your family, you're away from everything that's comfortable. Being able to adjust to the difference in cultures and just embracing it. Once you embrace it and they see that you embrace it and you are able to, be successful, that's when they keep calling you. That's when they keep, ringing on your phone to come down, and play because they know that you're able to adapt. And I'm privileged and happy to be able to say that I've done that.
Mm-hmm. I guess that one of the differences, the less games that it's in the NBA, and how many games during the week you've got in the Chinese league.
Chinese league was usually 2 to 3. It was usually 2 to 3. So sometimes similar to the NBA. Sometimes we'll have one game. Sometimes we won't have a game. It all depends on the scheduling.
Mm-hmm. And how did it look situation with the fans when you are walking, when you are in the city shopping or going to the cinema? Did they stop you and want have pictures or autograph or something like that?
Yeah, we got a lot. We got stopped a lot. Obviously, we are our appearance is different out there, so they haven't really seen people like us, super tall, athletic, and they've also seen us from our different leagues too, NBA, CBA, everywhere. So being able to stop and take a picture of them was just pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So after the China, you were in the Korean League, and now, as I mentioned, you are in Bay Area Dragons in Philippine League. Is a team from Hong Kong, and when I look at the stats, you are the top scorer in the league. In the 4 games, you've got 38.5 points per game. Also double digits in rebounds. So you are one of the faces of the league.
Yeah, I'm able to say that at my age, I'm still being productive, still doing what I do. But it all comes down with hard work and dedication. So the situation we have here, they just told us we have 2 imports on our team. So the PBA, we're only here as guests. So our main league is the East Asia Super League. So we're playing in 2 leagues. So this league is kind of like a warm up for what we're doing for the East Asia Super League. So it helps us, get our chemistry. It's essentially like practice. So we're practicing being able to play with each other, get familiar with each other, and then we go to the real league that we all signed up for. But they told us before, the first game that only one of us can play at a time. And we have 2 imports. So me and my other import, Miles, we've been swapping, and I think we've been doing a very good job, being able to stay ready, stay locked in, and then just being able to help our team wins. So pretty excited about what we're going to do. And yeah.
So if Asia looks like your second home and the second part of your career, place where you are playing, so I see that Taiwan is the destination where a lot of former NBA players continue their career, like Dwight Howard or Carmelo Anthony. So Taiwan is the next on the schedule.
For me, I'm honestly going to go anywhere the ball takes me. I'm in a good situation now. We're living a great life here, great team. Everybody's getting along. We're being successful. So wherever the best situation is for me, I'm going to be. And right now, the best situation is with the Bay Area Dragons, and I'm locked in and dedicated to them for the long run.
Mm-hmm. So I'm also curious about the situation as the Dragons are a team from the Hong Kong and you are a Philippine league. So home games are at the Hong Kong and abroad you are just got the journey during to the islands, Philippines Islands, right?
No, we stay in the Philippines. Yeah, so we're a Hong Kong team that's living in the Philippines because of the situation that's going on with the restrictions of the pandemic right now. So we've been here for last 4 or 5 months, I think. Oh yeah, 4 or 5 months. So we're just playing in this league, like I said, to get ready for our main league that's coming up.
Mm-hmm. And the last question is about also NBA. If you could create all-time Andrew Nicholson teammates team, who would you pick?
Guys who I've played with?
Yes.
Guys who I've played with. Honestly, I like the team that I had in Orlando, man. It was very good. I had Aaron Gordon, I had Tobias Harris, I had Vucevic, Victor Oladipo. those guys were really good. They're really good to me, and I really enjoyed playing with them. And I hope their careers continue to, flourish in what they're doing.
Yeah, the situation in the NBA, as you say, it is a business. So when we look at your teammates' team, no one is anymore in the Orlando. But I remember the times, and it was nice to see the young perspective players. But of course, this time is in the past, and now we've got the other episode. So Andrew, it was really nice to talk with you. To got a conversation about the past, about Orlando Magic and your career and Asia basketball as well. So thank you very much, and enjoy the day.
You too. Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.
No problem. All right, bye-bye.